I never know what I want to read. It's a struggle, honestly. Well, hello peoples in the internet. My name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay guys, so for today's video, I am bringing you my first book haul of 2020. New year, new book haul. I was going to do like the first 20 books I got in 2020, but like that's not what happened because the majority of these books are books that I got from last year. I'm just carrying them over into 2020 because I haven't done a book haul since October of last year. And honestly, kind of concerned, like why do I keep buying books? And like, I'm not reading enough to be buying this amount of books. Like, the math is not working together. I'm not reading enough to keep buying all of these books because my TBR is just getting ridiculous at this point. And I think I am going to put myself on a book buying ban from now until maybe like May. Like besides like new releases that are coming out that I'm anticipating, besides those, I genuinely think I'm going to put myself on a book buying ban. So this might be my last book haul for a while. So anyways, we're going to get straight into all of the books because there's quite a lot of them. Now I do have 17 books in this book haul and I really wish I had 20 because, you know, it's 2020 now. Having 20 books, 2020, like it just would have been so perfect. I have 17, but technically I do have 20 because there are 3 other books I got recently, but I'm doing like a secret reading vlog video with those 3 books and I am so excited for you all to see that because those books like were just so much fun to read and like I think it's gonna hit everyone with nostalgic vibes, like literally everyone, and I just cannot wait for you all to see that video. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for like my next video because it probably will be my next one. So yeah, I'm not gonna get into that because that's just me rambling as per usual. I tend to ramble in videos and like not get straight to the point, which is basically show you the books in the book haul. The first 2 books that I have to show you are the same book, and that might seem a little bit excessive, but one is an ARC and then one's the finished copy, and I love this author so much, so like it's gonna make sense as to why I bought the second, like another copy of it, because one I got sent to me from the publisher, which I am so thankful for. That book is Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera, so this is the ARC copy, and then I also have the finished copy, and oh my god, look at the aesthetic right now. Oh, I have to take an Instagram picture with this. Oh, I need to take a picture. Like, honestly, like, look at this. Look at this matching. Oh, kind of goals. Love that for me. Love that for me and Adam. But anyways, this came out... When did it come out? Like last week? Or this week? Wait, what date is today? What is time, honestly? I believe this came out last Tuesday, so today is the 21st, so last week would have been the 14th, which is, I believe, the date it came out. I still haven't finished this book. I have started it. I'm on page... That's not right. That's not right. There's a bookmark in there, but that's definitely not where I am. Oh god, I don't remember where I am now, because that was on the wrong chapter. Like, I'm not on that chapter. I've read way more than that. Oh well, so apparently I don't know what chapter I'm on. Love that for me. I was sent this one by Simon & Schuster in advance and I'm so grateful that I got it, but of course, being me, I didn't read it in time of it coming out. I need to start doing that, like reading the ARCs on time. Like it's something I definitely want to work on this year because that's just so annoying that I didn't do that and it really bothers me. So I definitely want to start doing that with my ARCs, reading them on time. If you don't know, this is like Adam Silvera's new series that he has started where he's diving into the fantasy genre. Hopefully I'm going to read these soon and get into them, but I don't know how I'm feeling about it so far and I've seen lots of mixed reviews about it. So the next book that I have is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is one I've heard many different opinions on again. Like I have seen a lot of great reviews and positive reviews about this book, but I have seen a couple of people say it's very slow, nothing really happens, and that kind of concerns me because you guys know I'm not a fan of like very boring books. Like I like a bit of something to be happening. I'm not predicting like a 5 stars or anything, like that's not what I'm aiming for, but I think this could be a 4-star for me and I honestly don't know much about it. I know it follows a main character who enjoys cooking and there's a lot of cooking involved in this book. And that's about it, but I also have heard many great things about the author Elizabeth Acevedo. I've heard many great things, so I'm hoping that I will end up liking it, but we shall see. Next one that I have is The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. Now this is the new series that Cassandra Clare has started based on Magnus and Alec, basically the best ship ever in the Mortal Instruments, not the Mortal Instruments, the Shadowhunters world. Like best ship, my faves. I love them so much. And I actually have started this, and did I put a bookmark in this? No, I didn't. Why do I do that? Honestly, I have so many bookmarks. Why don't I just use them? Anyways, yes, I've started this once again and I was really enjoying it, but I just put it back down because I do that. I never know what I want to read. It's a struggle, honestly. But yeah, hopefully I will be reading this soon. This is also another book that's on my top 20 books to read in 2020, so hopefully it's gonna get read. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. And I think I've heard great things about this one. I don't know. I honestly don't think I've heard many people talk about this. Or maybe I haven't seen enough videos of people talking about it. That's the real tea. The next book that I have is All the Bad Apples by Moira Fowley Doyle. And this book is a book by an Irish author. First of all, that's the first thing we need to talk about because obviously I want to support Irish authors. Also, the cover is very pretty. Like, we love the pink. This is one I've heard loads of positive things about because all of my Irish bookish friends have read this book and absolutely loved it, and they rave about it on book Twitter and everywhere. And I have seen this in my shop that I work in, like, constantly. Like, it's always on the bookshelf, and I've seen people buy it and stuff. And then I was just like, you know what? Maybe I should buy it, but I didn't want to buy it not really knowing too much about it because I knew it was something to do with, like, witches. But, like, I read the back and it sold me, and then literally I read the first chapter, also sold me. The back says, our family tree is full of bad apples. You know the kind, the ones who don't follow the rules, the ones who dress differently, think differently, love differently. The curse of the bad apples has claimed my sister, and now it's coming for me. That sounds like Snow White vibes, like, you know what I mean? Like Snow White, like bad apples, like, ooh, is she a witch that's gonna like eat the bad apple? Oh my god. Ooh, that's a good story. I really hope that that's what this is about now, because imagine like the bad witch in Snow White bringing the apples to Snow White, but then the witch ends up eating the apple by mistake instead of killing Snow White. That's tea. That's what I'm hoping this book is about. But I know that's definitely not what it's about. I just came up with my own idea based on the back there, but like, that's what I'm expecting. Like, my expectations are quite high. I want Snow White to like outsmart the witch, and if the witch eats the bad apple, that's what I want to happen. How did I get to there? Like, honestly, like, my brain sometimes, I don't know what I'm talking about. The next book that I have is one that I bought recently in my last video. So if you saw my book shopping video in London, which is literally the last video I uploaded, you would have already seen these books that I'm about to talk about, but I'm going to show them anyways. First one is The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. Now this is one I have heard good things about because one of my friends on book Twitter and Irish bookish friend Gabby really loves this book, and she recommended it to me and said I would love it too. And just based on the cover and what I think I know about the premise, I think it is something I'm going to love, because I believe that this one deals with like coming to terms with your identity, and it's just very queer and stuff like that. And the back itself says, this is not about being ready. It's not even about being fierce or fearless. It's about being free. And I am just very excited to read this one. I think it's going to be one I'm going to really like, because I also know the main character dives into like the drag world, I think. So I'm very excited about that, because we all know I love Drag Race. I love drag queens. Iconic. Also, I believe this book is told in verse. Yes, it is told in verse, actually. Yeah, so it's told in verse. Okay, so the next book that I have is Little Anne Lion by Brandy Colbert, and this is another one that I got at the same video for when I was in London, in the same LGBTQIA+ shop that I went to. And this is one that I am really looking forward to reading, because it just sounds like it's going to be a lot of tea, a lot of drama. I'm here for it. That's what I like. Because this book is about two characters who are brother and sister, and they end up falling for the same girl. Like, that's iconic. Like, I have never read a book like that before, so I'm very interested to see how it's going to be done, because I find that so fascinating. Like, that's something I genuinely have never read before, and it's definitely something I didn't realize I wanted to read until this very moment, and I cannot wait to read it. So the next book that I have is another one that I picked up when I was in London, and I was in that same vlog, and that is Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. Now this is one once again, I'm very excited to read. I'm very excited to read all of these, but this is one I'm really excited about, because this book follows our main character who is a kitsune, I believe. I could be wrong in saying that now, but I do know it does have kitsunes in the story. And you guys may know that last year one of my favorite books was Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. That was one of my favorite books that I read last year, and that was about a gumiho, which is basically nine-tailed fox who has to consume the energy of men in order to survive. Omihos are kind of similar to kitsunes, not exactly, but they're kind of similar. And so I've been excited to read more about that because also I love kitsunes from Teen Wolf. I feel like I've said that several times on my channel at this point, but yeah, because I know that this is about kitsunes, I feel like I'm going to really like this one, and I've heard many great things about it. Like, I literally haven't heard anything bad about it, so very excited to read it. Also the cover, once again, stunning. We stan stunning covers in this household. And the final book that I got in that London video was Fence Volume 1. This is one I'm looking forward to reading because I haven't been reading a lot of graphic novels and I definitely want to read more this year. And I've heard great things about this one, especially from Chloe, from Books with Chloe. I know she really likes this one. And I know a lot of other people also really like this. I've seen it very much on BookTube and I've seen a lot of people talk about it and seen that like it's a enemies to lovers, I want to say, kind of vibe, and like they're fencing, so like imagine just fencing and then be like, ooh, I think I have a crush on you. I love that vibe and I hope that that's what this book is about. Like they're like fencing and they like hate each other and they're like, ooh, I love you. Like that's what I'm hoping for with this graphic novel series. Now the next one I have is another arc that I was sent by the O'Brien Press because it is another Irish book and it's one that's coming out in April that I'm so excited for because it sounds absolutely amazing, and that is Queen of Coin and Whispers by Helen Corcoran. Now this is the arc cover, this is not the finished copy, but basically the name of the book will be here in the middle with that same design, and it just sounds like a book that's going to be right up my street because it is a fantasy book with a sapphic relationship, so I'm here for that. I cannot wait to read it. I've heard great things about this. If you haven't heard about this book yet, look it up. I feel like this is going to be one that we're all going to love and I'm excited to read it. It's also quite thick and I just feel like this is going to be a really good one. I just cannot wait to get to it. The next one that I have is Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, and this is the third book in the Folk of Air trilogy, and I've already read this one and I absolutely loved it. If you haven't read the Cruel Prince series yet, I would just highly recommend it because it's just one of those series that has so many plot twists and like so many moments that you're just like, did that just happen? Like, I can't process what just happened. It has so many of those moments in this series, and especially the first book, The Cruel Prince. I absolutely love that one so much. This one is my second favorite in the series, and I just really loved how the series wrapped up. And yeah, I'm going to talk about it more whenever I do a wrap-up video, but I really like this one and I just wanted to show it because it is one that I got since my last haul. And the next one that I have is another arc that I was sent by Sourcebooks Fire, which I'm so grateful for and I really have high expectations for it, and that is Belle Revolt by Lindsay Miller. And I have heard that this is another fantasy book that is an LGBTQIA+ book, and it's also a standalone, I believe. And also this cover, like, I don't even need to say anymore, like, just look at her. She is stunning. Also, it's a floppy paperback, which we know I love, like we all know how I feel about them. Next up I have Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. This is a sequel to Children of Blood and Bone, which you guys know I absolutely loved. I think it was my favorite book of 2018. And this is also another book that I am currently reading. Like, this is actually the one I am genuinely reading right now, and I'm on page 129 of it and I'm literally loving it so much. It's so fast paced, like literally so fast paced. Like, I can't put into words how fast paced this book is, and I feel like that could also be something that people won't like, is how fast paced it is. But like I've said before, and I will say it again, fantasy books for me, when they're fast paced, that is my jam. That's my vibe. I am really loving this book and I will definitely finish this before the end of January. And now the final 4 books that I'm going to be talking about in this video were all books that I was gifted over Christmas from my friends here on BookTube, and I am so thankful for all 4 of these books. And I love all 4 of the people that gifted them to me, so I'm going to get straight into it now and show you what those books are. So the first one is I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, and I was gifted this by my friend Britt from Basically Britt. If you don't know her channel, I'll link it down below in the description and you can go check her out because I love her channel. I love her content. She's amazing and I'm so grateful that she sent this to me. If you don't know, Alice Oseman wrote Hatstopper, which is my favorite graphic novel of all time. Like, I literally love it so much. And Alice Oseman also wrote Radio Silence, which is a book I read back in November of last year and I really liked. And I've heard nothing but great things about this one, and some people say that this one is better than Radio Silence, and that's interesting to me because I really liked Radio Silence as it is. So like, the fact that this could be better, I'm interested to see that. I actually don't know what this one is about like at all, and I didn't honestly know much about radio silence either, and I feel like that was my favorite way to go into it, like not knowing much about the book. So I think I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I don't know much about it and I don't want to know anything about it, so hopefully I'm going to like it. Because we're on the topic of Alice Oseman, I just feel like this one is the next one I should talk about, and that is Hatstopper Volume 2 by Alice Oseman. As I said, this is my favorite graphic novel series of all time, and I didn't own Volume 2 yet until my friend Tori gifted it to me for Christmas, so I'm so thankful and I love you, Tori. And I am just so happy to finally have this. I feel like I need to do a reread of Volume 1 and Volume 2 before Volume 3 comes out. Like, I just feel like that's essential. And I need to like tab my favorite parts because, as I've said, this is a favorite graphic novel of mine. So I feel like I need to reread them and tab my favorite parts, all my cute moments, all the parts that melt my heart, all the parts that make me feel single. But then again, that's probably going to be tabbing the entire book because it's me. Now the next one that I have is one I'm so excited about, and I'm so grateful that I have this, and it was gifted to me by my friend Ilse from Ilse's Books, and she already knows I love her and I'm so thankful. And this is like one of my favorite books ever, like you guys know, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, the collector's edition. This is so stunning, like it's so pretty, and like that's just like the jacket thing, and then it comes out, and like look at even the back, oh, so stunning, and then the front, oh, it's just such a pretty book, and even the inside pages, oh, it's just so stunning. Like, I just love this. It's so freaking pretty. And I really want to do a reread of the ACOTAR series now. And I also think if I end up doing a reread of them, I might host a read-along for the ACOTAR series. Let me know if that's something you would like to participate in, or if you would be interested in, because I am so down to do that, and I think it could be so much fun. And the final book that I have to haul in this video is my final book that I was gifted for Christmas, and it's honestly probably one of my favorites because it's the most sentimental one to me, and it's very personal, and I just love it so much. And it was gifted to me from Chloe from Books of Chloe, and she already knows I'm so grateful for this. And I'm just going to show you what it is. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda in Chinese, and I am so happy to have this. But yeah, some of you guys may not know, but 我会说一点普通话. I definitely didn't pronounce that all correctly. I do think I said it grammatically correct. I don't know if I pronounced everything correct though. So, we love a trier. I did Chinese when I was in college and university for 3 years, and I'm obviously not amazing at speaking Chinese. Like, it's literally been 2 years since I graduated. Like, my level of Chinese is gone way down since I've done it because I literally haven't kept it up, which I really am mad at myself for doing that because it was such a great skill. But anyways, I said to Chloe when I was with her in Australia this summer that I really wanted to get this book in Chinese because I just thought it would be a great addition to my collection of this book, because we all know Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda is my favorite book of all time. And I'm just so glad that I have it in Chinese. Like, literally, it's just so cute that Chloe even remembered, and then she went out and got it, and then she sent it to me, and I just love it, and it just hits me with all of the feels. Okay guys, so that is going to be it for this book haul and all the 17 books that I've gotten since my last book haul. As I've said, I think I am going to put myself on a book buying ban because I need to save money and not be spending them on books. So yeah, let me know down below if you've read any of these books and what you've thought of them yourself. And also let me know some books that you got recently or what you're currently reading. I would love to know. But other than that, I shall see you all next time in my next video. So goodbye guys.